You're watching News 19 Saturday morning.
Here's video from Statesville, North Carolina. Highlands, North Carolina saw 15 inches of snow by last night. In Atlanta, snow, on last check, over 200,000 people were without power in Georgia. Video from central Alabama here. In many places, it's the largest snowfall in years in the state. Hello and welcome to News 19 Saturday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Loren Thomas. We're going to go ahead and send things over to Daniel Bonds. And Daniel, we've been seeing snow in Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina. The question on everyone's mind, though, will we see snow here in the Midlands?
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's been snowing everywhere except here in the Midlands. Obviously in the upstate, a lot of snow there yesterday and even this morning. They're still seeing some snow flying across portions of the upstate. But it has been a cold start to our day. We start off at 38 degrees. We're only looking for high temperatures in the mid-40s later today. Normally for this time of the year, we'd expect a high of about 60 degrees, so temperatures still well below normal. There's our records, 80 and 16. That 16 was set 11 years ago, back in 2006. Still pretty chilly outside. Right now in Columbia, we're at 39 degrees, 38 degrees in Sumter, 40 degrees in Orangeburg in the upstate. They're in the mid-30s there, 35 degrees Greenwood. Greenville, 36 degrees in Rock Hill and in Anderson. A little bit of a breeze coming out of the north and northwest, about 5 miles per hour in Sumter, about 7 in Columbia. So you mix in the cold air and those a little bit of a breeze, those breezy conditions outside. It does feel a touch cooler. These are current wind chill values across the area. 35 is what it feels like in Sumter, 34 in Columbia. Feels like 30 degrees in Rock Hill and in Anderson. So it is going to be a chilly day, and it looks like the clouds are going to stick around. But as we mentioned, we saw some snow in the upstate of South Carolina. Still seeing a little bit of snow moving through parts of the upstate. Seeing a little bit of rain in at least western portions of South Carolina. Greenwood got a report just a while ago of some sleet falling there. And as this moisture kind of moves through the Midlands, we may see a sprinkle or two, maybe a little bit of drizzle as we go through the rest of the afternoon hours. As far as winter storm warnings or weather advisories, the closest ones up in Lancaster, that continues until 5 o'clock this afternoon. So if you're traveling to the upstate of South Carolina, including Greenville to Spartanburg or maybe Cherokee counties, you may run into some rough travel spots up there. For us across the Midlands, nothing like that. We'll put our forecast into motion for you as we go through time here. Mostly cloudy skies. There's our forecast model. Keep some snow in the upstate of South Carolina. And as we mentioned, maybe a sprinkle, maybe some drizzle this afternoon. Gradually that drier air starts spilling in, and it's going to be noticeably colder, it looks like, for tomorrow morning as well. And even with a lot of sunshine on Sunday, we're still expecting temperatures to be unseasonably cool. And it looks like the unseasonably cool weather will carry on into Monday as well. Even with lots of sunshine, we're still expecting these temperatures to be below normal. As far as today is concerned, as we mentioned, pretty chilly with these highs only in the middle 40s. 46 degrees Manning and Orangeburg, 45 degrees St. Matthews, Sumter, 44 degrees Bishopville, Newberry, and over to Saluda. And then lows tonight dropping into the middle to upper 20s. Potentially the coldest air we've seen so far this season. 28 degrees Columbia and Lexington, 27 degrees Winnsboro, Camden, shooting for lows of 26 in Bishopville, Newberry, and over to Saluda as well. So an isolated sprinkle, maybe some drizzle. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies today. And then temperatures starting to moderate just a little bit. Mid-50s for highs Monday and Tuesday, and then another blast of cold air moves in by Wednesday. 45 degrees our high, and then gradually we start moderating once again. Low to mid-50s Thursday and into Friday. After we get this little bit of rain or moisture out of here today, a little chance of rain over the next 7 days. So cold start to the weekend with highs only around 46 degrees. Lauren?
All right, Daniel. Well, some parts of the southeast saw more than 10 inches of snow from the storm. CBS News' Mark Strassman is in Atlanta with the latest on the storm effects.
Good morning. The calendar says it's late fall, but a real winter has smacked the south. I mean, take a look around. This isn't Buffalo or Minneapolis. This is Atlanta. And parts of the metro area, like my house, have had already 10 inches of snow on the ground. And it just keeps coming. The pre-winter storm made its way through Atlanta during the busy Friday evening commute, part of a massive storm system that has shocked the southeast. Alabama saw record snowfall, up to 10 inches in some parts of the state. Near whiteout conditions fell in Mississippi. Highway signs warned drivers to go slow with mixed results. In Baton Rouge, emergency personnel fielded calls into the night.
Most folks in South Louisiana aren't used to driving on ice. I don't think anyone can ever do it very well, so it could turn into a bad situation.
In Texas, just 4 months after getting battered by Hurricane Harvey, snow covered swaths of the state.
The last time that we had snow, I was 9.
From Houston, which got 3.5 inches, to just outside Corpus Christi, where the snow covered debris left over from Harvey. As the city's emergency management put it on Twitter, from whitecaps to snowdrifts, what a year it's been. The storm did add some ambiance to the holiday decorations in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
When I woke up and looked out the window, I was like, it's snowing, yay!
At Atlanta's airport, Delta canceled almost 1,000 flights yesterday and just under 300 more today. People scrambled to rebook. There was one report that the line of stranded travelers at the airport at Delta's counter stretched a quarter-mile long.
Well, while several cities around the South are reeling from blanketing snow, others have not, but have prepared like it was the case. Our sister station in Austin, Texas, took a look at the closures in their cities and how they may have snowver-reacted.
It's not very often that Austin sees this kind of snow, so of course everyone's understanding when schools close and the city slows down, right? Wrong.
Austin's been getting a lot of flack today on social media. Folks wondering why we canceled work, school, but we all know it's because this winter wonder, there's no snow. There's no snow anywhere.
My defense of the city was off to a bad start, but there still had to be snow somewhere.
Even here under a shaded bridge, what did we find? Well, no snow, but cat cans? Oh yeah.
Well, maybe there's still ice on the road. That would warrant some cancellations, right?
Nope, none of that either.
As memories of a snowy wonderland warred with a sunny, dry afternoon, I couldn't help but ask, did we snowver-react?
We had an Uber driver said that he's been here for a number of years and has never seen snow. I would like to say he's never seen snow.
Did we snowver-react as a city?
No, in Texas, anytime it snows, people don't know how to drive in it. They don't have snow tires or anything prepared for it, so they always end up crashing and stuff.
I think we snowver-reacted as a city last night.
Absolutely.
As far as schools, I think so. It seemed like they should have had a 2-hour delay.
Some mixed results, but maybe our city's strongest defense is that they were putting safety first. Just listen to Chris Bishop with TxDOT.
Safety is our top priority, and we would rather inconvenience somebody if we had to make sure that it's safe for everybody to travel through there.
And for all those naysayers out there, this nice man at the park might have said it best.
You respond logically after you finish laughing that we get so little snow here that it wouldn't really pay the city to have all of the infrastructure, to pay for all of the infrastructure needed for those very few occasions.
Well, Daniel, it is easy to snowver-react because we live in the South, so this isn't normal,
It is. And a lot of areas had snow, and unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, we missed out on it. I know a lot of people wanted to see snow, but it's pretty rare for us here in South Carolina. But as we mentioned, we did see a lot of snow, at least through portions of the Deep South. You can see our radar loop here over the last 24 hours. It does show all the snow moving through portions of the Deep South. As we mentioned, this is a 24-hour loop here. Now, as far as what's on the ground right now, there's snow on the ground all the way from southern portions of New Jersey. Take a little wider look here, all the way down through parts of Mexico, and even in the upstate of South Carolina there is a little bit of snow on the ground there as well, but we kind of missed out here on the Midlands. The thinking was last night that we may see a stray flurry this morning, and it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. And a couple of keys to snow in the Midlands is, A, if you remember this, you'll do pretty good. It's hard for it to snow in the Midlands.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. The reason being is we're near the mountains, and the mountains tends to keep the cold air away from us. We're also not too far away from the water, so that water helps moderate our temperature. So if you remember, it's hard to snow in the Midlands. That's one of the key things here. A lot of times, or most of the time, the cold air needs to be in place already before the moisture moves in, and that wasn't the case for this either. The moisture was already here, and then the cold air was moving in. Forecast models change, and you can see them change all the time, and you have to be very careful of social media, and those kind of go together. Sometimes you'll see the social media or the forecast models will be put on social media, and you'll see this outlandish type of situation where Monday afternoon they were showing someone showed an image of Columbia getting 11 inches of snow, and that's just not reality. So you have to watch out for social media. Sometimes people are just looking to put something out there to see if people will bite. But honestly, I did think we would see at least a snow flurry today. Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Maybe Christmas Day. That's the only time I really want to see snow, especially down here. All right, Dale, thank you. Well, in Richland County, deputies say they have arrested 2 men in connection with a murder and are looking for a third suspect. They are 23-year-old Deshaun Livingston and 25-year-old Teron Mack. Deputies say the 3 suspects are wanted in connection to a murder that happened earlier this week in the 2000 block of Kermack Street. On Friday, Columbia police spotted Livingston in the 5 Points area and attempted a traffic stop. Police say Livingston took off and crashed his vehicle into a parked car and power pole. After a short foot chase, police were able to catch him. Anyone with information on the third suspect is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. Troopers needed your help finding those responsible for a hit and run in Orangeburg. They say last night around 5:30 a car struck a moped on TV Road near the old number 6 highway. We're told the rider was seriously injured. The vehicle is silver, but the exact make and model are currently unknown. But they say the vehicle should have noticeable damage on the passenger side headlight area. If you have any information about how this hit and run who caused this hit and run, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. Governor Henry McMaster wants to fire the head of Santee Cooper. Today, Governor McMaster wrote a letter to the utility chairman, Leighton Lord, saying he plans to remove him in 10 days unless Lord responds by next Friday. McMaster says he thinks Lord has purposefully not turned over the documents he has asked for concerning the 2 nuclear reactors that were being built at VC Summer Plant. The governor also thinks Lord has intentionally avoided legislative hearings on the failed reactors. Santee Cooper partnered with private company Scanacorp. In South Carolina, ratepayers have spent nearly $2 billion on the project. Richland County deputies are looking for a man wanted on indecent exposure charges. He's 21-year-old Akintunde Warnock Jr. Deputies say he escaped from custody while he was at Palmetto Health Richland. Warnock is wanted on 2 counts of indecent exposure. And if you have any information about where he is, you can call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC as well. Protests continue across the globe this morning after President Trump named Jerusalem as the undivided capital of Israel. The move has been condemned by many powerful U.S. allies in the region, including Egypt, Turkey, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. The proclamation forced an emergency meeting for the UN Security Council, where they also condemned the unilateral move. According to experts, by declaring Jerusalem as the undivided capital of Israel, this would effectively eliminate the chance of a peaceful 2-state solution. The Palestinians have claimed East Jerusalem to be the capital of their future state. And following Trump's proclamation, the Israeli military claims it has wounded Palestinians in airstrikes. They say at least 25 were injured, including 6 children. The attack happened near a weapons depot, but most of those injured were just residents in a nearby town. At least 2 people have been killed since Trump's remarks, as Israeli police have clashed with protesters. The Palestinian leader says the U.S.'s embassy move will eliminate America as a peace broker. Arizona Congressman Trent Franks says his resignation will take effect immediately after his wife was admitted to the hospital. He first released a statement Thursday evening announcing he would be stepping down at the end of the year because of a question he posed to at least 2 female staffers. Weijia Zhang has more details from Capitol Hill.
Arizona Congressman Trent Franks issued a statement to announce he is resigning immediately.
I'll let the statement speak for itself. Okay.
What does the statement say?
Take a look at it.
Franks originally said he was resigning after talking about the issue of surrogacy with 2 former female subordinates. Franks admitted in a statement that his discussion with them may have made each feel uncomfortable. The Associated Press is reporting one staffer told them the congressman asked her 4 times to carry his child, even offering $5 million to act as a surrogate.
The Ethics Committee announced it will reopen its 2015 investigation into Texas Congressman Blake Farenthold in light of new information. The previous investigation ended when Farenthold used $84,000 in taxpayer money to reach a settlement.
You gotta move, okay?
Also Thursday, Senator Al Franken announced his resignation. At least 8 women have accused Franken of unwanted groping or kissing.
Some of the allegations against me are simply not true. Others I remember very differently.
Republican Senator John Thune told CBS This Morning he hopes this is the beginning of change.
You know, what happened yesterday is unfortunate in the Senate, but I think on Capitol Hill, the discussion that we're having right now is long overdue.
Yes.
And I think what it points out is that action is needed.
And he added Alabama Republican Roy Moore is likely to face an ethics investigation of his own if he wins next week's Senate race. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
6 women have accused Moore of pursuing them romantically when they were teenagers, and he was in his 30s. The youngest at the time was 14. And in California, wildfires continue to ravage the countryside. So far, it is estimated to have charred more than 143,000 acres across Ventura County. It so far has destroyed more than 400 structures, including 154 homes. The blaze began on December 4th, and it currently has more than 4,000 firefighters battling the outbreak. Well, could we see flurries in the Midlands? Well, we'll have the latest weather update after the break. Plus, the cold weather is taking us inside the gym. Joe Cook has a look at high school hoops. And head on the roads this holiday season. We'll have that when News 19 Saturday Morning returns.